Thank you so much. I'm Nakia for Where is the Buzz. Hi, Richard. How are you?
Hi, Nakia from Where is the Buzz? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I like to start off with asking how everyone is doing, especially the rough year that we had. So I always like to check in to see how you're feeling and how are you doing.
Well, you are looking very, very happy and smiley, so that really helps. And I think that more than anything, being in isolation for this last year, when old Loki says, "I'm the god of outcasts, and I've been stuck on these remote planets." And willingly give myself up to the TVA. I identified with that because I thought, that's exactly right. I will do anything for some human contact. So if he's willing to do that and willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to Asgard, I thought the universe is conspired for an actor to have this life experience in order to play this part. So I was very grateful for that.
Yes, it was a mood for me watching you guys. I was like, that's exactly how I felt all last year, stuck someplace and couldn't go out. But congratulations, you are now officially part of the Marvel family. And we were introduced to your character, the classic Loki.
Yeah.
I would say the end of episode 4, if you're a Marvel fan, you know to watch after the credits, but the beginning of episode 5. And for those who don't know, if they're under a rock, classic Loki is the variant who says that he faked his death to escape the killing of Thanos. So what was it about the role that interested you to taking that on?
I had followed Loki through every variation that he's done, all these movies over the last 10 years, because I'm a great fan of Tom Hiddleston. So I'd known Tom socially a bit, and we joked about, because we have a similar height and length of face and hairline, we joked about playing father and son and something. So when this came about, I thought, finally, I'm going to play this. So it was a very sweet thing to finally get to work with Tom on his, incredibly iconic life career-defining role that he has as Loki.
Yeah, when I've seen you in so many other things, but when I've seen you as classic Loki, I'm like, wow, they actually really do look alike.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask, were you always a fan of the Marvel universe and the comic books, or was this something that, because I know you said that you've been kind of following Tom and the Loki situation, but have you always watched all the Marvel universe movies and comics?
I have indeed. I have been watching. They get all the whole Marvel universe. Yes, I'm a geek. You're asking me if I'm a geek. I'm a geek. So I don't have beautiful fingernails, different colors like you do.
It's a lot. But I think we're all geeks, but we're all geeks like in a good way, and we all enjoy something. So when I see you as classic Loki, it made me really happy. So for you, how do you prepare for the role of classic Loki? Because Tom has been playing the role of Loki for so long. So then we have the classic Loki. So how do you prepare for that role?
Well, because he was in modern dress in this, and he wasn't wearing the classic Loki outfit, I thought, that's something that I will have that will be unique for that. But the costume designer showed me a drawing of me with my face on it and all these muscles. And I thought, oh, great. When I get them, because as you can see, I have none, I would be stepping into a sort of Batman-like muscle suit, fantastic, with a cape and the whole thing. I finally have muscles at the age of 64. And I had none. I said, but I have none. I've got the same musculature of Kermit the Frog. I can't go out like this. People laugh at me. And they said, no, believe me. It's Loki's magic that counts. I said, I can't fight Asgard unless I've got muscles. They said, leave it alone. You're not having a muscle suit. So that was my big grievance.
Yes, I was going to ask you because the costume is very interesting. It's the classic Loki costume that's in the comics. So wearing that,
muscles.
I was going to say, like, wearing that, how did it feel? Because you have the horns, you have the crown, you have the cape, you have the outfit. So for you working in that outfit, how was it filming in the classic costume? Because it looks really cool.
well, when you're walking around 300 crew members in Atlanta, Georgia, who are all wearing summer clothing and shorts and stuff, and you're dressed up like that, I did feel a bit like, when you walk through Disneyland and you see Mickey Mouse and they say, come this way, I thought, this is what the people inside must feel like.
Yes, I was watching you on screen. I'm like, that looks really heavy. God bless him.
It was a great fit.
That looks great. too heavy. So for you, did you guys film during the pandemic? Because I know 2020, the world was shut down. If so, how is that filming? Because I know sometimes a lot of us, when we go back to work and we're on set, we're all in a bubble. So how is it filming for you if you guys did have to film in 2020?
There was a gap when restrictions were lifted here in October last year. Yeah, October. And for that month, I was able to fly into Atlanta and had to quarantine for 2 weeks, and then work for 2 weeks. So it was perfect because I thought, well, I know, being stuck on a planet where you can't have any contact with anybody, I know what this feels like now because I've been in quarantine, albeit in a lovely hotel in Atlanta, but you're very isolated.
Yeah, I can only imagine. But it looked fun. It looked like a really cool set to work on.
Oh, amazing.
So one of the lines that Classic Loki says, he said, Loki's survived. There's always a way. We just do. Now, we all seen the end of episode 5, and we all see Classic Loki do the best thing and be a hero and, sacrifice himself. But we have one more episode left, and I know you can't give us anything. So I'm going to try to do this thing where it's like, in the future, if we all could hope for it, would we happen to see Classic Loki somewhere down the line? If not, maybe episode 6, maybe something else.
I have no idea, but I think that the fact that his sacrifice goes out with such a fantastic bang. I mean, do you really? I mean, I can't. Would you really want to see him come back for more? I don't know. Not
selfishly,
for me.
Yes, but no, it was a great ending. But selfishly, yes, just to see you on screen, yes.
Okay. I'll go with that.
No, it was a great. With the horns, I would love to see like this Loki story and this Loki's, because there's so many different Lokis and so many different things on the timeline that's been kind of, messed up. So I'd love to see a Classic Loki and how Loki got there. But that's just me being selfish.
Okay. Likewise.
Yes. So you have a Classic Loki, you have a Kid Loki, you have the really strong Loki, you have an Alligator Loki. If you had to choose, who is the superior Loki between all of you guys?
Alligator Loki, because they have been here since pre-dinosaurs and they're going to outlive all of us. So, and the fact that Classic Loki can speak to Alligator Loki and the others can't, that is a superpower in itself. I'd love, like Dr. Dolittle, to have the power to talk to animals. So.
My favorite duo. I loved Alligator Loki speaking with Classic Loki. I was like, you know what? I love this duo. Shout out to Alligator Loki. Yeah. Was there a real alligator on set? How was that? Or was this like digital?
It was 3 soft cushions that had been sewn together that we had to throw around or pick up and react to. So it was about as removed from an alligator as you could get. But it was the right shape.
Well, you guys did such a good job talking to the 3 cushions and talking to the fake alligator. Richard, you shared a really fun video on social media where you're hanging out on set with Owen Wilson and just having some good fun. So how long were you on set? Because I know we don't know about the next episode, but I know you're in episode 5. So how long were you filming on set? Like, what's that like though? It's one episode. Is it a week? Is it a month? Like, how long is filming for you?
10 days. That's how long it was.
That's just me trying to get
it was 10 days.
No, me trying to secretly see if you were going to be in the next episode.
I was there for 2 weeks quarantine and then 2 weeks of which 10 days was working. So that's and then I came back to England.
Nice. That's awesome. Richard, I absolutely loved your character. I loved Classic Loki. You did such a phenomenal job. You're a legendary actor, but I think I'm so happy that you're officially part of like the MCU Marvel family.
Thank you. And I've loved talking to you.
Yes, I know. I'm from the East Coast. So, we do a lot of movement with our hands. It's very expressive. So I appreciate you.
Good.
Thank you so much, Richard. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good.
Where's the buzz?
Oh, yeah. Where is the buzz? You said was mine.
Where is the buzz?
Ooh.